Oh my God, dude. I'm sorry. I'm kind of in shock right now. I didn't even listen to the question. Oh my God, I'm so happy.
Welcome to Pelvic POV with your hosts and doctors of physical therapy, Amanda Neary and Hannah Meyer. Ho, 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 pelvic freaks. Welcome back to another episode of Pelvic POV.
For your freaks for us and we're freaks for your pelvis, baby.
'Tis the season to do a little Q&A episode.
Yeah, I was going to say 'tis the season to be a hoe because I was following based off of what you said.
Nice. That would have been good. I wish I thought of that.
But also for a Q&A.
Yeah. Now is the time to answer all your hoiest Q&A questions.
We've been sent some good questions over the course of since our podcast started. So now we're going to finally answer them.
We're going to finally get to some questions.
We chose our faves. We're going to answer them today. But yeah, we're back in our studio.
We're back in our studio. We're not traveling right now. We don't have travel plans for the imminent future, but we would love to do that again. That was so fun. If you missed our New York episode, go back a week and you can watch our interview with Sarah the Book Fairy. And we traveled for that. So it was just a fun little adventure and it was a great episode.
It was our first business trip and I felt so cool when I flew back into Chicago.
Yeah, we were like, whoa, we came back with content.
Look at us little business women over here.
We're doing it.
We had our grand opening party
at the Pelvic Institute for our expansion, which our studio is in the expanded space. So we had that little celebration. It was awesome.
Amanda cut the ribbon.
I cut a ribbon.
To open up the new clinic gym.
Yeah, you can go see the Instagram post about the ribbon cutting. It was so fun.
It was a fun party. It was so great.
And now we're just prepping for the holidays. Do you feel ready?
No, I don't. I haven't even gotten any of my gifts yet.
I think I have like a couple more to buy, but I'm mostly there.
My sisters and my mom and I this year, we're doing, instead of like individualized gifts, we're doing our my favorite things of 2024. So we're getting everyone the same gift, but it's like you just buy 3 of that same thing. So it's like whatever my favorite thing, like whatever, makeup, whatever was for 2024. But I still have so many favorite things that it's hard. So I haven't decided yet.
That's fun. We can talk about our favorite things maybe at the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Or like reflection on the year.
Yeah, we can talk about like our favorite things of 2024.
Yeah.
We can just reflect on the year. Exactly what you said.
We're really.
Wait, I have an idea. We can reflect on the year. How does that sound? Okay,
incredible.
We'll do that next because then we got to set up. We got big plans for 2025. That's crazy.
I know. I'm saying it's weird. I thought it was 2023 the other day.
Oh, God.
A few weeks back, I asked the Pelvic Freaks on Instagram for their icks, and we got a lot of good responses. So I want to just, reflecting on the year, I want to read those back because
the biggest icks of 2024.
The biggest icks of 2024. Here we go.
I was cackling.
These are so good. I actually wasn't expecting them to be that good. Okay, ick number 1, calling their mom every day. No, but why is that true?
Like, have you ever dated like a straight up mama's boy hardcore?
Yes.
Me too. I was actually telling the story to someone last night about how I dated someone where their mom absolutely hated me and was like in love with her son.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll leave it at there.
I get it. People talk to their parents a lot, but I agree. It's a little bit of an ick for me. I don't know.
It is. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
All right, next ick. Men running for the bus.
Or running after anything.
Just picture it. Like they're like, oh shoot, I'm running late. Like, don't do that. That's not for you.
And they're wearing a backpack and it's flopping behind them.
The flopping backpack.
Like it's like jumping as they're running.
That was me in grad school every morning because me and my roommates would always want to go get campus breakfast at school and we were always running late for the bus.
Yeah, I'm running late everywhere I go.
It's fine when women do it.
Running for the bus or a ping pong ball.
Or like just
Like if they're
bending
playing beer
over.
pong and the ping pong ball like falls under the couch and they're like, oh, let me catch it.
Yeah, just like bending over for anything is not, not a good look.
Stand up tall and don't move.
And be confident and be on time, honestly. Maybe that's why it's an ick.
Be perfect.
Because if they're running for the bus, that means they're running late.
That's an ick.
Subconscious ick. Okay, next. Zach Bryan.
I don't even know what Zach Bryan looks like, and I think that's a flex for me.
I also don't know what he looks like. And I don't know if it's that he's an ick or if it's that men that listen to him or women that listen to him are an ick.
Yeah, both.
Because he's a music artist, right?
Well, didn't he have that big like he had that like whole big drama around him and Brianna Chicken Fry, I think.
No idea what you're talking about.
I also don't know enough. I went home for Thanksgiving and my sisters were like, "Do you know who Jelly Roll is?" And I was like, I have no idea. I've never heard of Jelly Roll in my entire life. Who is this person? They're like, he's a country singer. You should know who he is. I'm like, well, I guess I'm out of the loop.
I have no idea who that is.
Anyways.
So tough. All right, next ick. Flip-flops.
Doesn't bother me, actually.
It bothers me a lot. I think I could go the rest of my life without seeing a flip-flop.
On a man or a woman?
Either.
Really?
Like, wear a sandal with like a strap across the foot. Why are you wearing flip-flops?
Okay.
What's the point of that?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Like a toe thong.
When I was in college, rainbow sandals were like really in. Have you ever worn those?
Of course I have.
Okay, just checking. But like I went to school in LA and like everyone had their rainbows and I had them too. I wore flip-flops all the time. And looking back, I'm giving myself the ick. I'm like, why did I ever do that?
I still have rainbows.
Cringe.
I wear them to the beach.
I just think there's some comfier sandals out there. Like I like my little like Jesus sandals.
I could be better.
Anyway, this one is
You know what's hot for me right now?
What?
This could be an ick for some. Birkenstocks on a man.
Like, and you
Kinda
see,
hot.
do you see their toes?
No, the ones that like you slide. The ones that Emily and Sarah have. You know what I'm talking about?
Not on a man. Never.
Really?
Never.
I think it's cute.
Ew. I actually don't think Birkenstocks are for them.
I like it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's better than if their toes were showing.
Yeah, not the toes. I don't know. Toes don't bother me. I mean, I got warts on my foot, so
I don't like man.
They're almost gone.
I don't like man feet.
Okay.
I don't want to see their toes.
That's all right.
Okay, the next one is facts. Hating cats.
Hating cats. Yeah, that's an ick. I have a cat, and if a man like comes over and like doesn't know how to interact with my cat, ick. Like if they don't know how to pet a cat.
Yeah, I think hating cats is misogynistic, and I'll stand by it till I die.
I see that.
People associate cats with women, and we just talked about this in our fantasy and romantasy episode, how hating on reading fantasy and romantasy books is misogynistic as well. I feel the same way about hating on cats.
There's my thing, is that people that are dog people hate cats. But people that are cat people are like, I love cats. And dogs don't bother me, but I just prefer cats. But people that are dog people are like, I love dogs and fuck cats.
Also,
They're the
like,
worst.
I'm a cat person, but I also love dogs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily want a dog while I'm living in an apartment building, but like, I feel like cat people also like dogs, not even just tolerate them.
How could you hate a cat?
I don't
Have
know.
you seen them?
They're like not scary. They're freaking cuddle. My cat like cuddles me all night. It's the cutest thing.
Also, a man holding a cat gets me hard. Who's honking today?
Someone's honking out there.
That was for, when you're scrolling through tarot cards and then someone honks and they're like, that was for verification from the universe.
Oh yeah.
So that was my verification.
There you go.
Men that hold cats get me hard. And the clitoris can get hard. So women, remember, you get hard too. So that's a fact right there. I'm not even freaking kidding or freaking around. Okay.
Next ick. Borat impressions. This person wouldn't like me.
Will you do what?
My wife. Yeah.
I don't even know
Was
who
that
Borat
good?
is.
My wife.
I don't know.
My wife.
I don't know who Borat is.
You've never seen Borat?
No, who is that?
I actually can't describe it well. He's a model.
A model?
No.
A real model?
No. It's a movie
Oh.
about him being a model, but he's it's funny. It's like, he's like, my wife. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I love that. I mean, I'm all for, oh my God, I keep fumbling. I mean, I'm all for like people with funny accents. I love that.
Anyone who's actually watched Borat is going to be like, Amanda, what the heck was that description of that movie? I don't remember.
I feel like I should know what Borat is.
I just know the impression.
Okay. Well,
I don't hate them though. I don't, it's not an ick for me. I think it's cute.
yeah, I'm down for people who are silly, goofy. You didn't give me the ick just now.
Nice. That's important. We have a podcast together. Okay. This one was a little targeted at me.
Oh God.
Licking inside my ear canal.
You did that?
My friend, I know the person that submitted this, and she's my friend. And we talked about how like ear biting is like hot, whatever. And she's like, yeah, but I hate when people like stick their tongue inside my ear. And I was like, oh.
Noted.
Because like, I don't hate that.
Oh, you were like, I do that.
I don't know if I do. I think when we got further into the conversation, there was a differentiating factor of like tasting earwax.
Oh, wow. No.
I don't do that.
Well, I have ear problems, so stay out of my ear holes.
Okay, and that's so fair.
But earlobes are free game, so
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
When they order a drink in an accent.
Oh, yeah. But like when they specifically don't have that accent and then like order a drink in that accent.
What if I ordered a drink as Borat?
Can I have I don't know how to do that accent. I'm not going to try. I don't even know who he is.
I don't know how to say anything but my wife.
Say Cabernet Sauvignon. Wait, what is it?
Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc. A Cab Sauv.
Yeah. Say like Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Have a Sauvignon Blanc in a Borat accent. Say that.
I can't.
Try your best. Sauvignon Blanc. My sister told me that my sister was like, yeah, I like hearing Amanda's podcast, but you guys are too much for me in the morning. So I was like, yeah, that's fair.
It's honestly such a compliment.
You know, we're hyping you up.
We're a little too hype. Okay, another ick. Tripping. No, because why are you doing that?
Tripping in flip-flops.
Oh no. I fear I can never talk to them again.
It's over, I fear.
It's over. I fear we're done here.
Oh my God, no, tripping like a little stumble. I hate when I like am walking and the sidewalk is a little bit lifted and I'm like...
The worst is when I like have headphones in, so if someone said something after I tripped, I don't know what they said and I just like keep walking like I didn't trip. And it gives me the ick that I did that. So it's not even as much that other people are doing it. It's just thinking about doing that gives you the ick.
You want to hear something funny that I do?
Yeah.
With headphones in? When I'm walking on the street, you ever have your headphones in and then you're walking and you fart a little, but you don't know if it was loud or not?
Yeah.
But then you know there's people around you. So then you have to keep walking. So there's a chance that you could have just been walking and could have like ripped one really loud and people are just like, the fuck? Or it could have been quiet. And it's up to the mystery of, I don't know.
There's no telling.
Does it, you ever
or
do
like
that?
at the gym.
Yeah, or at the gym.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think everyone does that, right? Right. Please help.
Guys, if I turn too hard, I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay facing forward so you can see my cute little Betty Boop little thing on my sweatshirt.
Hee hee.
Holiday spirit.
Okay, next
What's
one.
more?
Socks on during sex.
Doesn't bother me.
I don't think it actually does bother me, but sometimes it does.
That's totally fair. You can change your opinion.
Situational. I think it depends on the situation. Like, was it so hot and heavy that you just ripped all your clothes off and socks happened to be on? Because then,
Yeah, true.
I don't know. Here's the thing.
Maybe take them off.
It's not an ick for women, but it is an ick for men.
Okay, yeah.
And that's my difference.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's like endearing with like someone standing naked and just socks on. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I can't say I feel that way. Okay.
All right. What?
Sleep screaming.
Oh, no. That one sent me.
Has that ever happened to you?
No.
That happened to me.
That would scare the shit out of me. I would be like, oh.
That's why it's an ick. Yeah, one of my exes, I won't say which one, did that once, and I like got so scared. The sleep screaming scared me.
That would be terrifying. Because like people talking in their sleep, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But sleep screaming. I'm gonna do that one time when I'm with you.
Oh God,
I'm the fake. I'm like in the middle of the night, just gonna wake up and I'm gonna go.
I would have killed you if you did that in New York.
I was gonna play a prank on you in New York, and then I didn't.
What was it?
I'm not gonna tell you because I'm gonna do it next time.
Shut up. I'm gonna think of a prank now. Okay,
I'm scared. It made me think of Emily and Sarah's sleep story. Can you tell that really quick?
I don't. Wait.
Should we ask her if we can share that? We'll ask her.
Was it Emily that was seeing doubles, or
So
Sarah?
Emily had a dream that Sarah was like cloned like 100 times, and like Sarah woke Emily up, and then Emily like sat up in her bed and looks at Sarah and goes, "Which one are you?"
So good.
In her dream, she was dreaming of like one individual Sarah and then like multiple fake Sarah.
So funny. That kills me.
Oh my God, we gotta ask her if we can share that because that was hilarious.
Sleep talking is just like so funny though.
It is. I do that sometimes.
All right, next day.
Ooh, do we want to talk about my biggest fear?
Sure.
Sleeping over with someone for the first time and like cuddling and farting in your sleep. That's my biggest fear. That would be like, if someone else farted, I fart. I don't care. But me, I'm like, I don't want to fart while we're cuddling. For the first time you're spending the night, biggest fear. Amanda has a secret. Tell the pelvic freaks about how to prevent farting in your sleep.
If you tuck your whatever you're wearing into your butt crack. I can't even say this with a straight face.
Say it.
Then when you fart, it's like, it's not loud. Because I'm guessing your fear is that it's like loud fart.
Because this is my fear. You know, I am an open book. Like, I'll fart. I don't care. But if it's like my first time, like flirting with someone, hanging out, you know, you're trying to impress them a little bit. And let's say you have to fart like all day and you're holding it in, right? And then that builds up in your stomach. And then you go unconscious when you fall asleep. Where does it go? Does it escape?
So you're worried about like an explosion.
Yeah.
Like a
huge,
big like that kind of fart. Yeah. So then the
not
trick,
like a stinky
the trick
one.
will work if you're not like, because who cares if it's like silent, whatever. If you tuck your underwear or pants or shorts or whatever you're sleeping in into your butt crack, it will not be loud if you fart.
Yeah.
Try it right now.
Which means you have to sleep with clothes on.
I do sleep with clothes on. I know you said you don't always.
Not always.
I actually can't fall asleep if I don't have at least underwear on. Like I need to have a bottom on.
Okay.
So that's a fun fact about me.
Well, there's your first tip of the episode for you. To prevent sleep farting, stuff things in your butt crack. Stuff your clothes in your butt crack.
All right.
That's actually a good tip.
You want to hear our next ick?
Yeah, because farting, this noise is like your butt cheeks vibrating next to each other. Right?
Yeah.
Like the air escaping, then your butt cheeks are like verification.
Okay, you want to hear the next ick?
Yes.
Aquarius.
This can be dependent.
I don't think so.
Mine, Libra.
Really?
No,
I love a Libra.
I know. It's not my ick.
Okay.
It's a weakness, actually.
No, I also have a weakness for Aquariuses, and I regret it every single time. Okay, this next one was mine. Reacting to a bad smell. I hate when people are like on a date and they smell something and they're like, "Oh, what's that smell? Oh." It's just like, so why are we talking about smells? I don't want to talk.
Just pretend it's not there.
Literally. I'm like, I don't want to hear you talk about how there's like rotten eggs outside. Everyone can smell it. We don't need to talk about it. Just like, don't do that.
You're like walking to your date or something, like the city smells like sewage.
Yeah.
And they're like, God, it smells so weird.
I'm like, what do you want me to say to that? Like, oh yeah, it smells like shit. I don't know. I just don't know where to go.
Oh, yeah, it
it's
smells
like one of those things that I'm like, we don't need to talk about that. We all know that it smells bad.
Because what if it was a situation where someone farted? Just let it go.
I don't know. There's sometimes
what
when
do
it's
you
really
think?
bad.
What do you think about that?
What?
All right, scenario. You're in a car with someone, date, haven't broken the fart barrier yet. You accidentally fart and it smells, but you're in the car together.
Oh my God.
Do you address it and be like, yo, sorry, I farted? Or do you just pretend, maybe they don't notice? But then they definitely are going to notice, no? What do?
You just roll down the window casually.
No, serious tip, because that's hard.
I would probably be like, sorry, I just farted. I'm going to roll down the window.
Yeah.
Because, like, what else are you going to do? Just pretend you didn't?
I feel like, okay, role play. Role play, you farted, I'm your date.
Oh my God, embarrassing. I just farted. Can we roll down the window?
Oh, yeah, sure, baby girl.
Not baby girl.
Oh no, we got so much farting topics today.
We are talking about icks, I guess.
I guess so.
All right, we got a few more. Only eats chicken fingers and fries at 29, aka picky eaters. Yeah, I have to say, when someone's a picky eater, it is a little bit of a deterrent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I like to experiment with food.
I'll try just about anything once, like, especially if it's like, let's try this for a date, like, you know. Mm-hmm. It's one thing if it's like an allergy or an intolerance or whatever, but if it's just like, I don't like ketchup, I'm like, all right.
If it's an allergy, fuck your allergy, eat this.
All right.
Ick. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, fair.
Okay, I'm going to read a couple more. Being an adult blonde male. Nothing has ever been more true.
The amount of times that comes up is really funny.
When that one was sent to us, I reposted it on our story and I said, no, because why the heck are you blonde? Grow up.
My favorite thing you say is grow up.
Grow up. That is one of my go-tos. Grow up. Grow up. Why are you blonde? You're not actually blonde as an adult, are you? That's wild. They shouldn't be.
My dad's blonde.
That's crazy.
Actually, he's bald now.
That's tough.
Which is better than blonde.
It is. Bald is better than blonde. Just kidding. I'll stand by that. Next, when they fumble.
Do you know any hot blonde male? Okay, you know what is hot? Joe Burrow with bleached blonde hair. That's hot.
I don't think so.
I'm into it. Fake blonde is hot.
Fake blonde
like he
is
bleached
better.
His head.
It's better. I'm not into Joe Burrow, but I do agree bleached blonde is better than real blonde.
Yeah.
Because I think
buzzed hair, bleached.
I thought of one. Okay, I think Pete Davidson is hot, would hit, and he's bleached fake blonde, which is an important distinction.
Bleached fake blonde on a man, slay. Give it to me. Give it to me now. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
But normal blonde, maybe you keep your distance.
Yeah, we're not really into that. Okay, and then last one, when they won't shut the fuck up.
I think this was mine. I think I was mad this day. Something happened to me. Something happened to me when I was like walking here. I can't remember what it was, but then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send this in.
That's funny.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Sometimes it applies. My Coco. Coco Mo.
Can we address something really quick, guys? If you listened to the last episode, that entire segment of me singing Miranda Lambert, that wasn't supposed to make the cut. And Amanda got distracted by how beautiful my singing was when she was fine-tune editing and forgot to cut it.
I forgot to cut it. And you know what? It's authentic.
Yeah, totally. Everyone's probably like, this is going on way too long.
We actually had a couple comments that were like, Hannah, that was a really long time.
I was like, yeah, blame Amanda.
It happens.
Totally.
Okay, should we get to some listener questions?
Wait, you forgot one. I think you forgot one more ick. I don't know who it's from.
Oh, the airport security?
Wait, what's that one?
Oh, shit. No, I know which one you're saying.
What's the airport security one? I'm interested.
When they fumble through airport security, and hold up the line.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, be prepared. Just
yeah, I get really anxious with airport security.
Honestly, if people don't have pre-check, it's an ick.
Get TSA pre-check.
Just get pre-check. I don't want to do that.
Don't take your shoes off. Taking your shoes off when you go through the line at the airport.
Yep.
Ick. Get TSA pre-check. Get TSA pre-check, baby.
It's the most worth it thing I've ever done.
It should be mandatory to survive.
Everyone should have pre-check unless proven otherwise. I don't know if that's,
Maybe.
I don't know if I believe.
Just figure it out. Go to the Staples and get pre-check.
Get pre-check. All right. On that note, should we get to some question and answers? Okay, everyone. Let's get to some of these questions. So, Hannah, why does my trigger point hurt sometimes when I pee?
Well, it could be multiple things. Are you straining to pee?
Yeah.
Are you trying to push it out? Because then you could be actually tensing up your pelvic floor muscles. So my biggest tip, if you're trying to pee or you have pain with emptying your bladder, then take diaphragmatic breaths. Don't try to rush it. Like literally like 5 diaphragmatic breaths, because then you're trying to relax the pelvic floor and get the pelvic floor muscles out of the way so the bladder can contract and empty.
Also, a lot of pelvic floor trigger points have referral points that aren't well studied. So like the bladder is one, but also with pelvic floor tension, it sometimes presents as a UTI. There have been people that went to the doctor with symptoms of like burning while peeing, all these things that they thought were a UTI, and it ended up just being pelvic floor tension that physical therapy helped with. And then as an extension of that, there are certain trigger points that can impact bladder a little bit more than others, like trigger points in the second layer. And then certain trigger points in the third layer can refer to the bladder a little bit more often. So I'd be curious if the trigger point itself, like they felt it in the pelvic floor, or if they felt it like where they would think the bladder would be while they're peeing.
True.
Because there's a few different things that it could be. Most likely it's tension. And like you said, if they're straining and they have a tight pelvic floor.
Or if you're hovering or
right.
something like that.
Yeah, it's probably a mix of like positioning, tension, breathing pattern,
tightness in the accessory muscles, the pelvic floor, like hamstrings, adductors.
Yeah.
Like your legs, tightness in your legs and hips.
Yeah, that's where my mind goes.
But come in for an assessment.
Come
see me at the Pelvic Institute.
Come see us at the Pelvic Institute.
That's actually a good question.
Okay, we have another one here.
Wait, do you want me to read you one? I got some too.
Yeah.
We'll alternate.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one. This has been on the list for a while and we haven't gotten to it yet. Settle a bet. Is peeing in the shower beneficial for your pelvic floor?
Not beneficial, but I don't think it's as bad for the pelvic floor as some people think it is. It depends what you're doing. Are you like trying to push it out and like aim while peeing in the shower? Because if you're straining, yeah, it's not going to be like good for your pelvic floor. But if you're literally just like relaxing, it's not going to make your pelvic floor worse or tight or anything like that. Where it can become a little bit trickier is if you have urge incontinence or urgency of urination. So in those cases, which we have talked about in other episodes, but we'll talk about this all day long. If you find that once you have to go to the bathroom, you have to rush to the toilet for fear of leaking, or you just can't get there in time, that would be that sense of urgency. And because the bladder is a highly trainable muscle, if you are peeing when you have that stimulus of like water running down the body, you can actually start to train yourself to have to pee in those instances. So if you're susceptible to different urges or triggers to go to the bathroom, then that's when I would say trying to like hold it or go to the bathroom before the shower. Try to like separate that experience from urinating, just so like when you see a waterfall, you're not like, oh, I got to rush to the bathroom, and you don't make it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Or I have some people that like will leak before getting in the shower. Or like turning on the shower gives them the urge. So then they're leaking before they get in the shower.
Yeah.
So there are times where it can become an issue, but then it's just, you have to start like retraining it. But it's still like at the end of the day, it's not bad for you.
Yeah.
I am a shower peer.
Me too. I pee every time.
You're saving water at the end of the day. You're saving a flush.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I genuinely thought everyone did that.
I bet there's some people that don't, but yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Pee in the shower.
Yeah, it's just that running water urge is the main thing I'd look out for, but I don't think peeing in the shower is bad for your pelvic floor.
I also brush my teeth in the shower, and that gives people the ick sometimes.
I don't do that, but it's just because I don't like hot water in my mouth when it's like on my toothbrush. Like I like cold tap water. It doesn't give me the ick. I just don't prefer it. Yeah, so
Okay,
that's that.
that's a good question.
Cool.
That's been on the radar. That's been on the radar.
Next one. I feel my pelvic floor is always flexed rather than relaxed and loose after having birth. Help.
Like it feels tighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. That's like literally most of the time what happens.
Yeah.
Because think about it. You were pregnant for however long you were pregnant for. and you had all that increased pressure on your pelvic floor where your muscles were having to like combat that increased pressure. And then you delivered a baby, maybe it was vaginally, and you have like scar tissue from the perineum if you tore, and that causes increased tension in the pelvic floor. So yeah, tightness after giving birth is like honestly usually what I see.
It's standard, and this is why I think every single person should see a pelvic floor therapist after giving birth. And it still blows my mind that in the US, we're not automatically referring people to pelvic floor therapy after childbirth. For that reason, every single pelvic floor has to create some tension throughout pregnancy to support the fetus and support the muscles that are lengthening and weakening throughout pregnancy. So yeah, very common, universal experience, really.
And it's common for people to think like, oh, I'm giving birth and now my vagina is going to be so loose because I pushed a baby out of my vagina. Nope. That's not what happens.
No.
It is almost rarely, that's what I see, that there's like a lot of like decreased muscle tone. That's like,
Yeah. I don't see a lot of reduced tone. There are a few cases.
where it's like prolapse and weakness, but
Right.
it depends on the situation, but it's usually like increased tension, especially the first layer of the pelvic floor.
Also, we have to remember muscles are elastic and they are susceptible to hormonal changes. So if you are breastfeeding, if you're doing things that don't allow your hormones to equalize as quickly as if you're not breastfeeding, or just based on your body's healing time. They say like you have to give your body 2 full years to actually hormonally balance after giving birth. So if your muscles do feel like they're weaker or lengthened or falling out, like that kind of feeling, the odds are that over time that will come back together because you have that elasticity, and you're not trying to get back to like normal or pre-birth. Like, we're not saying that things don't change, but that like first couple months postpartum is a really difficult time to tell what your like final resting position is even going to be. But from a pelvic floor standpoint, we're pretty much always seeing tension in those muscles, even if they are weakened and lengthened.
Good job.
Cool.
My turn now?
Your turn.
Okay, question. Pregnant now and feel like my pelvic floor is better than it was pre-pregnancy. I just noticed during my workouts, I used to leak and now I don't.
The main thing that I would probably attribute that to is body awareness, because some people, when they are pregnant, start to become really aware of how their abs feel. If it's someone that is conscious that there could be some abdominal gapping or knows what the risks are of pregnancy, like increased risk of prolapse. I don't know what this person did between like finding out and where they are now, but it might just be that they're more consciously like supporting those muscles, and that way they're actually engaging that deep core and getting more stabilization to support the pelvic floor.
That's actually a really good answer. Like they're engaging more now because they're more conscious about it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, just them asking that question tells me that they're bodily aware because they know like what's going on and when things are happening. Specifically, it's during their workouts. So they could fall into that category. It is kind of case by case. Like we would need to do a full evaluation for someone like that. But that's where my mind goes when something like that happens.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Next question is the orgasm gap.
Okay. What does that mean? Is there a question?
It just says the orgasm gap.
Oh, so like talk about it?
Yeah, I guess. But we have talked about it.
We have talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it in our Never Have I Ever Had an Orgasm? Is that what it's called?
I've never had an orgasm.
I've never had an
Our
orgasm.
most listened to episode, actually. Go check it out.
It is our most listened to episode. And it's an early one. It was like our 3rd episode.
I know,
Little,
baby.
if you want to go hear little baby Amanda and Hannah, look up in the bee.
We didn't have headphones back then, so buyer beware.
Yeah.
Grow up. We were just little infants. Yeah, the orgasm gap is alive and well. We go over the stats in that episode. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but we also just talk about why, like things that contribute to that and what's important for everyone's pleasure. And I'll just refer to that episode because it is very detailed, and that's like pretty much all we talk about in that episode.
I got a question for you, Amanda. Don't worry. Is flat-footed squatting standing on the toilet seat just as good as squatty potty? I figured y'all are the people to ask.
I'm picturing the glutes hovering in this scenario.
I'm picturing this on the toilet, and then you have your feet on the toilet seat.
But are you sitting right now? Like resting?
Yeah.
So Both cases, no. Because the optimal voiding angle for the rectum is actually 30 degrees. Wasn't it 30?
I think it's 30 or it's like 36 or
30,
something specific.
Between 30 and 40.
We tell you in the Poop Like a Queen episode.
Yeah, you can see Hannah's knees right now are much more of an angle than 30 degrees. So for that reason alone, if your glutes are resting, it's a similar position. You have that, you're able to like relax, but you don't have that optimal voiding angle. And it's going to be a little bit harder for your abdomen to expand if you're that like crunched in. So you're not getting as much room for that like inhale, the poop out position.
Yeah, you can't like take as deep of a breath to relax the pelvic floor.
Yeah, it's closer than like hovering though. So if her glutes were hovering and she was squatting, definitely not. You want everything to be supported so you can relax. So you're not actually like straining when you go to the bathroom.
Yeah. So not totally wrong, but not the best. In other countries, people will like squat pretty low to have bowel movements and stuff, which is still better than like the 90-degree angle, I think.
Yeah, that like just flat-footed sit. I can't even like do that anymore. We posted a meme that was like a haunted house, but go to your friend's house and they don't have a squatty potty. And I feel that in my bones because I'm so used to my squatty potty.
That's
now.
how I feel when I poop at work.
I know, because we don't have bathrooms in our clinic. They're out in the hallway. So we can't we could bring portable squatty potties.
Would they freak out if we put squatty potties in there?
I can ask. Let's ask
He
the building.
seems, yeah, he's cool. So
Yeah, I can ask the property manager.
All right, cool. Next question.
Next question. How do you all feel about pegging? I don't know if this is from a sexual exploration standpoint or if it's from like a pelvic floor tension standpoint, but I'll say the same thing about pegging that I'll say about any sexual act, which is that foreplay is really important and lubricant is really important. So if we're talking about it from a pelvic health standpoint, as long as like it's something you want to do and it's an enthusiastic situation, like 100% go for it. There's nothing wrong with pegging.
Have communication with, if you have a partner, have communication with your partner that that's something you're interested in and try it out with your partner. If you don't have a partner to try it with, find someone that you could be comfortable doing that with and exploring that with. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I am all for sexual exploration.
Yeah.
And it could be something that you really enjoy and that you want to start like incorporating more.
If I had a partner that really wanted to try it, I totally would.
Yeah.
Cool. That was my last question.
Oh, I think I have a couple more.
Cool.
What are some misconceptions or faux pas people do either in exercise, sex, or using the restroom that are actually bad for your pelvic floor?
Hovering over the toilet seat.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. We don't need to be doing that. The only people that are peeing on the seat are the people that are hovering, first of all. And I have an issue with y'all. Stop doing that. What are you doing?
You're the reason why I have pee on the toilet seat and then I don't want to sit down.
If everyone sat on the toilet seat, think about what you're doing because you're putting the back of your thighs on the toilet seat. Are the back of your thighs really that dirty that you're like, oh, I'm going to make the seat? Like if everyone just sat on the seat or put toilet paper down and sat on that, we wouldn't have pee on the seat. That's like the biggest faux pas. And everyone talks about it. Actually, that's not the biggest one. Kegels are the biggest one.
I would say, I think we could approach every single realm of this question with one answer.
Yeah.
What are some misconceptions or faux pas people do either in exercise, sex, or using the restroom that are actually bad for your pelvic floor? We could probably do a whole episode on this, but if you want like one simple answer, it's holding your breath. That would be it. If you hold your breath during exercise or Valsalva maneuvering, you're like lifting weights and you're like putting pressure on your pelvic floor, not fun. If you are having sex and you're holding your breath and you're like really tensing up to like try to reach that orgasm, then your pelvic floor muscles aren't going to be able to relax enough in order to be able to get that like maximum strength pelvic floor, like involuntary contraction for an orgasm. So your orgasm is probably going to be weaker. And then with using the restroom, we just talked about it earlier, like with that first question, like the pee question. If you're like holding your breath and your pelvic floor still can't relax enough, so then you're going to be like tensing up your pelvic floor muscles. You got to like relax, inhale, let the pelvic floor muscles get out of the way so you can empty your bladder, empty your bowels, and smooth sailing.
Yeah, I like holding your breath as like a blanket for all three. For exercise specifically, I'd say doing Kegels for your pelvic floor. Most people don't need that, and we talk about this all the time. So we can also do a whole nother episode on this question. And then also for during sex is just no foreplay, no lubricant. Like those two I would throw in there as well.
And you don't need to do Kegels during sex either.
Ever. I mean, you can if you want.
I mean, you can if you want.
Go for
I
it.
feel like I've thrown one before.
I've thrown one in.
Like that Cardi B song that's like, I threw a Kegel in it or something.
Yeah. You know what? I take it back. Do a Kegel during sex if you want.
Throw it in there, see what happens. If you don't have pain. I don't even. Well, here's the thing. Don't think that you need to do a Kegel during sex in order for your vagina to be tighter. Like you can throw a Kegel in there if you want to like be like, oh, and then the person's like, oh God, what was that? Damn, you know? But like you don't need to like be holding tension the whole time and like Kegeling to try to like make it feel better for them because it's just gonna like cause more tension and
you can throw one. Really good question.
Throw one every now and then.
We have so many things we can talk about from there.
We could probably do a whole episode on that.
Yeah, we could.
In your all's future. Misconceptions.
Future.
All right, last one. We can just like touch briefly on this maybe. Okay. This is a good one because this also could be another episode for us. Let us know if you're listening and you, if this topic aligns with some questions you have. You all touched on endometriosis being something you all see a lot in your clinic. Is that something you all can diagnose based on symptoms, or how do you all help endometriosis symptoms in general?
Ooh, good question. For starters, no, we do not diagnose endometriosis. It's actually very hard to diagnose. But even if it was easy, that's not our job. So we can pick up on symptoms that are consistent with an endometriosis diagnosis and refer you to an OBGYN or a gynecologist to further explore that symptom and see if they have any diagnostic tools that they want to use to help with that diagnosis. But we can definitely treat any symptoms that we find that are similar to what people come in with endometriosis. So chronic pain, painful periods, pain with intimacy, like those are all things that we treat very commonly in pelvic floor therapy, and we're equipped to do that. To dive into that treatment, I think we should do a full episode on it because every case is a little bit different and we're dealing with chronic pain a lot of the time. So it can look very different for every person coming in.
Let us know. We can do an episode because endometriosis is not well studied, and it's very frustrating to like find a practitioner to help you a lot of the time. So if this is something you think you could have, or maybe a practitioner threw that out there in one of your office visits and was like, oh, like you could have endometriosis, and you're like, what is that? And then you're Googling it and then you're panicking and you're like, I have no idea what's going on. We can do a whole episode and talk about like what it is, how they diagnose it, like what pelvic floor PT looks like for endometriosis and all that jazz.
Cool.
Cool.
I got one, and I have one more to read. And this question is for Dr. Hannah. I was wondering how many questions are too many questions for your best friend who is also an expert in pelvic health. I just found out that I'm pregnant, and I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
And I have so many questions about preparing for labor, recovery, etc. for my good friend who literally co-hosts on a pelvic floor focused podcast. How many questions until I get annoying? Surprise, and I love you, Hannah. Your girl, MK.
Oh my God, dude, I'm going to cry right now.
Isn't that crazy?
That is so cute.
So as a background, Hannah's friend sent this in, and in the email it says for Amanda's eyes only, and she wanted me to read it live on the podcast for Hannah to find out.
Oh my God, dude. I'm sorry. I'm kind of in shock right now. I didn't even listen to the question. Oh my God, I'm so happy. MK, I'm so happy for you, dude.
That's so cute. I loved that. I saw that yesterday and I was like, oh my God, I hope I deliver this well.
Oh my God. I'm going to come and fly you out to Chicago and I'll help you with your pelvic floor. And I'll give you all the tips.
She wants to know how many questions are too many for you.
Never too many. There's no such thing as TMI, ever.
No such thing.
Oh my God, I have so many questions. I'm going to freaking text you right now and scream at you. That was so good. I can't wait to release this episode.
Thanks, MK. That was awesome. And congratulations. We're so happy.
Best Christmas present ever. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. We got to end on that.
I know. That was a perfect ending to the episode.
Wow. Oh my God.
You know where to find us, guys. You can follow us at Pelvic POV and ask us any questions there. Hannah's losing it, so I'm going to finish up this episode. And you can go to our link in our bio and submit questions there. And our personal accounts are in there as well, so you can find us.
Oh my God. All right.
All right.
Bye, Pelvic Freaks.
Bye, Pelvic Freaks.